Did she drop your phone?
Yes. Now you have to go get it. Pick it up. Pick it up.
This is Motherhood 101.
First tip of Motherhood 101, don't have sex because you will get pregnant and you will die.
She got pregnant and her social life died. So that's what they meant when they said, don't get pregnant.
And that is a good segue into our conversation for today, actually.
Before we even jump into that segue, I realized that we forgot to introduce ourselves. So I am Ornella, if you do not know. My co-host is Ayana. We started this YouTube channel / IG chats that we'll be doing maybe 2 weeks ago. And we really just wanted to bring you the conversations that we have, the ideas that we have and all. So in YouTuber spirit, definitely subscribe, comment, tell your friends, share the videos, all of that stuff.
And that is a good segue into our conversation for today, actually.
I didn't even know that would be the segue.
Yeah!
Okay.
No, not pregnant. Social life.
Well, yeah, I know that.
So, by the way, we have
a guest.
A guest. Say hello.
Guest.
This is Soraya. Soraya is very confused, yeah. So Soraya is 8 months, okay? Soraya is an expert in forming relationships because all relationships in her life are brand new and are untainted, and she can't really do much to ruin those relationships. So as she progresses through life, we're gonna see how humans mess up relationships, specifically female humans like Soraya and Ornella.
That's actually a really good thing to say because Soraya and I are besties. And so I had a very stern talking to her one time, and since then we've been like this. So, we're learning firsthand from a baby how to properly be friends with other humans.
Yeah. Females.
Other females.
Yeah. So our topic today is about female friendships. Me and Ornella have had a roller coaster ride with female friendships. For one, let me just say that I can't keep a friend for shit, okay?
But she kept me.
Yeah. And we met in college, so that's 17, 18 years of not keeping a friend before.
She's smiling at me because we have bestie telepathy. I know.
It's because you look funny.
Me and my bestie. Okay. Yes, we've been friends since college. Yeah.
So Ornella, how was your friendship life before we met in college?
I didn't have any friends. I was a weirdo.
Oh. Well.
Literally, before I got to college, I had some friends. I definitely had a high school circle. And we're cool today, but we still, you grow apart from people, so we don't talk as much as we did. But I feel in college you start to learn yourself and you start to meet people who align better with you. Yeah. And then you kind of really build your friend circle from there.
And there's a lot of crazy things that we went through too.
We looked crazy.
We looked really crazy. Yeah. So I only had 2 friends. Well, I didn't have 2 friends. I had friends when I was in high school. Most that were very superficial, artificial relationships. But I still have 2 friends from high school that I still talk to this day. So don't have any friends, but those 2 friends I'm very close with. And we had always been cool in high school, but everyone else, But then I met Ornella, and I kind of come to learn that female friendship is a roller coaster, right? And me and Ornella's friendship is a roller coaster in and of itself. So me and Ornella met freshman year. Apparently Ornella didn't really like me because people would talk about me.
I never did not like her.
Apparently I was selfish.
That's what they said, okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I did not like her because I don't like to go. You know how some people say oh, I can't be your friend because
I heard this and
that. Yeah, I feel that's the weirdest thing that women do, and I don't operate like that. I need to see from my own eyes, that you're a piece of shit before I decide not to mess with you. I know.
And I'm not a piece of shit. So, so me and Ornella met our freshman year of college, and it wasn't just us. We met each other through just a group of other Black females on the campus that all happened to live in close vicinity to each other. So at first it was this group of how many? Oh my God, it was like so many. Maybe like friggin' 7 girls? I don't even know. It was a lot of girls, okay? It was a lot of girls. And this was the only friendship that stood the test of time. But not without any issues, right? So me and Ornella, we're very close, right? Like sisterly. And we used to argue a lot. Like, we used to get into little petty arguments about feelings and emotion. And like just sisterly stuff. When you think back on it, it's like, why was I mad at this girl?
She used to be mad at me for literally stupid shit. And I would never get mad because, of course, I can control my emotions. But literally, like, I won't talk to her for like a week. And she'll be like, why you didn't talk to me?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and I feel like that's a thing for women as well. Like, we should be able to not talk to each other for some time.
No.
And, okay. Well, I feel like we shouldn't be allowed to not talk to each other for some time and then come back and act like everything is cool and nothing happened. Because I genuinely feel like there's no bad blood just because I didn't speak to you for a week.
There's bad blood for me if you don't speak to me for a week. Like, in my mind, Ornella was like my best friend. Like, I go hard when it comes to my friendships. It's like, if I call you my friend, I love you.
I love you.
Okay? Like, we're in a whole relationship, okay? And I need you to treat this friendship like a serious, like, mutual relationship. And like, that's my expectations in a friendship. And sometimes I wouldn't get that from Ornella, and I'd be like, girlfriend, like, can't you see that I love you? And she wouldn't like reciprocate the love. So come to find out, as we read a bit about female friendships on like a broader level, female friendships are very tumultuous. That's the word, right? That was like a good word to like describe it. Yeah. So our relationship isn't really like unique. Female friendships tend to be that way. And that's because females tend to be very emotional. And we also want to know everything that's going on, all the intimate little secrets that we have. Like, we kind of expect to like know those things from our female friend counterparts, right? And apparently male friendships aren't the same. So yeah, my husband, he has tons of friends from like, oh my God, elementary school. And he's like still friends with them. And I'm like, yeah, that's weird. But also like they're really close, like oddly close. And I'm like, that's weird too. but yeah, like I could never like understand. I'm like, why do you have so many friends? And how can you be so cool with all these people for like such a long time?
It's because guys, I feel like they bond over stupid shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, they can still talk to each other about the stupid shit. So like, they don't put a lot of the like personal, emotional, and everything
like all
into
the
it.
intimate stuff.
They watch soccer or they watch like basketball or something together, and when they come together, they just bond over that.
Yeah.
But like girls, it's like, oh, we're doing our makeup.
It's more convoluted.
Yeah, it's
we're
like
sharing
so
secrets, deep, dark secrets with each other.
But you don't have to do that with everyone. Like, and I feel like that's the thing too, because there are levels of friendship, right? There's friends, and then there's associates, and then there's even like acquaintances, and then it's just people that like I know.
Associates and acquaintances don't even matter. I'm talking about like friends, like die-hard friends. Like, you're going with me to the deathbed.
But not like, I feel like sometimes people confuse the two, and it's like, you'll be my acquaintance or my associate, and in your mind, though, you're thinking that we're diehard friends. Yeah. So then that's where the disconnect is.
I'm only diehard friend. Let's just set that straight right here.
But like, that's the disconnect that like some women have, and that's probably why women friendships don't last well.
Yeah, that's like, and that goes back to like women maybe being like so emotional, you know, and you're emotional. I don't know. You're ab-emotional. Like
ab-emotional.
Yeah, like I don't know, whatever would be like the word to explain someone who's like not normally emotional, a psychopath. But I would definitely say that's that's the only word I could like think to describe. But that's definitely how Ornella is. But I think Ornella has had instances, and I've got to laugh at them from the sideline, where it's like there's a girl who thinks that they're Ornella's friend when I'm a real friend, and Ornella would be like talking to them, trying to be nice to them, and I have to give her text reminders like, girl, remember, you don't got no new friends, like, only me. Very possessive. But yeah, so there are times when like that's the case, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like me and Ornella's like, you know, we're like this, and then like she just has like all these other friendships kind of like floating in the air. Also, it's not always like their fault. It's definitely more so Ornella's fault. And maybe if Ornella was like normally emotional in her friendships, like that would be like a very like close friendship, like me and You know?
No.
Oh, okay.
I disagree with that.
I was trying to help.
No. If you're watching this and you think you're my friend, we're probably friends, okay? Let's give that disclaimer. But no, because for me, when I meet people, right, I genuinely would have an interest in being their friend. Yes. And
associate or friend?
Well, we have to see where it goes.
Oh,
but
okay.
Naturally, I would like to be your friend.
Okay.
And I think what ends up happening sometimes is I'm not the friend that's going to be on you, right? Like the same way that you are the friend that would be on your friends or you would be on me. I'm not the one that's going to be texting you, hitting you up every day. But I feel like I'm genuinely the friend if you need something. I'm the first person that you should reach out to, because if you're stranded, I'm going to come get you.
If you need money, she'll give it to you.
If you need
and Tom in her ear is going to talk about girl.
I know. I'm always the one that's giving out money
center.
or the financial friend.
Yeah.
And I've had to
Auntie
learn. I've had to learn to stop being that friend for a lot of people. But I really am that person that people come to if they need something. So I'm that kind of friend. Whereas I feel like some people have friends where they need the emotional connection or they need the conversation, and that's not me, unfortunately.
So Ornella, it sounds like you're more of a male friend, because when you kind of look up what I'll say the average female friendship entails, it entails a lot of emotion, Yeah. And that's why I say I technically really am your only real friend. Yeah. but no, seriously, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I really do tend to have an emotional connection with people that I consider my friends.
She spit on herself.
You spit up on yourself?
And your
nasty. Why did you do that? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, because overall, research about female friendships are very characterized by emotions of really high highs and really close intimate relations, and then really low lows. We fell out and you didn't tell me why we fell out, right? And I think that's definitely the type of friendships that I have. When I consider someone my friend, it's I love you. We're making a blood pact with each other. You're my friend forever now. And when I let you in as a friend that way, that's not happening with everyone. So when I let you in like that and you break that, what? That hurts, And I've had so many friends, and even some friends in college where it's wow, I thought we were really close, and then we ended up not being as close as I thought we were, and that hurt. And Ornella wouldn't hear the end of it about how much that hurts.
No,
because it does.
But okay, so when you have a fallout with someone, what typically causes that fallout, and would you go back and reconcile with some of them and be the bigger person and have those conversations?
It really depends. So for instance, one of my friends in high school, she knows who she is, she watched this, right? We we've been really, really close in high school. We would always stay with each other, knew each other's families and all. And then we kind of had a falling out in college, but it wasn't really a falling out. And then we both ended up being pregnant around the same time. And then that was a rekindle there. And I never had any bad blood. It was kind of growing apart. But then when we reconnected and we had kind of talked things through, she had let me know that she was actually going through.
Sweater? She wants to come to
me. She doesn't want, people always think that she doesn't want you.
She's smiling. That's what she wants me.
So me and this friend, we had rekindled, and I had found out through discussing with her that she was going through a lot at the time. And that's why we kind of ended up falling out. But there was never any bad blood, it wasn't anything bad. It was just life, And we rekindled, and honestly, we kind of picked up where we left off. It was never uncomfortable or odd. It was I get it, and I don't have any hate for you. And it's now we're going through this time together, and I actually thought it was really cool, and I really respect that she was grown enough to have that conversation, but I've had other people that I fell out with, and we try to rekindle, but it's maybe I'm not that into it, because maybe you just didn't want that friendship again, or you don't want that friendship again. But then sometimes it's just nah, there's just too much hurt there, you hurt me. And most times it'd be over men, which I never understand.
That's one thing that women do sometimes that's very weird to me. Falling out over a guy
that you're not even gonna be with.
Yeah, you're not gonna be with a guy, or he's gonna cheat on you, or he's gonna do some other like non-worthy shit, and it's like this person that's your friend, that has been your friend and is going to continue to be your friend even like after this guy, like why fall out with someone because of a guy? Like that's one thing I never
and if like that does happen, you know, then it's like be a woman about it, that you know, you like obsessed with this guy, whatever the case is, you know, and like talk it out. There was definitely one summer that I felt like Ornella was alienating me for a male.
I was not even alienating her.
She didn't feel like she was, but I felt like she was. Okay, so it was this one summer, and Ornella's with this guy, and I was hitting her up. I remember like exactly like the moment that I was like, you know, I'm not gonna talk to Ornella no more. Because I was sitting at Livingston Mall, and I wanted to go see her because like I wasn't around there often. Ornella lives close to Livingston. So I was like, I wanted to go see her, and she was hanging out with the boy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, F this girl. I'm being so mad. And there's like multiple times like throughout our relationship where I go and like tell like my husband, I'm like, I'm not talking to Ornella ever again. Like, I'm mad at her. Like, I'm never gonna talk to her. Like, I'm not gonna invite her to my baby shower because I feel like she alienates me sometimes.
But I don't.
But it hurts the most when it's like, you know, like regarding a boy, you know. And I'll never forget that summer. It was like the summer after we graduated. I'm like, that is so fun. I will never let her like. I'll never like let her not forget that moment because that was so hurtful to me.
That's really news to me because I didn't even know she was this upset, and I don't even.
I've been telling you all the time.
And to be honest,
ignoring me.
I wish I even knew which boy she was talking about.
I wish I did too. That shows how insignificant and unimportant he was.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
but that just goes to say my point. Like, well, I'm glad we didn't fall out because she can't be mad at me even if she wanted to. Like, she can't stay mad at me.
No, I can't.
But like. But imagine if you were the kind of person that would really, really hold that like against me.
Yeah.
And I was also the kind of person that would be like, okay, fuck it, we're just not gonna talk ever again.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't be even here having this conversation with you guys because that friendship would have dissipated years ago. Yeah. So I think women too need to, you know, do the work of like reaching out and reconciling and like I still don't even know what I did, but you can't really reconcile if you don't know what you did, so you should probably start there. But I had no idea that was happening, but definitely like having the conversations and like
she is so bad.
She threw up on me.
Get my rat. When you become a mom or a dad or whatever it is that you want to become with a baby, you'll realize that there's a lot of disgusting things in life, and they're really not that gross once you actually are in it. Oh, okay. Oh, but I think that like Ornella and I's falling out, and like just that discussion is maybe why so many like female friendships may like fall out, and it's like you don't know why, right? And it could be because like you guys had like such that emotional connection that you don't want to like engage in like those emotions of like, wow, like I'm hurt, you know, or maybe you don't want to admit that like, wow, this like person really hurt me. I'll be the first one to admit that there have been a lot of females out there who have hurt me, okay, including you.
I am not one of them.
She's one of them.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah, but
I don't feel like there's ever been any female that hurt me.
Because you don't be caring.
Yeah, that's probably it. But, like, no, dead ass. Because I think about like all the people who I've like had a fallout with. Like, the one person that I had a fallout with and blocked me made absolutely no sense to me. And to this day, I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you?
But that wasn't your friend.
But I thought that was my friend though. We were building a friendship, and one day I don't even know what happened, but she just like blocked me, and I was so confused. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you? And she's like, oh, you were being fake.
She probably really liked you, that's why. Like the
but
emotions.
I'm like, me?
And you're emotional.
What kind of emotion you would like to see from a friend?
The same emotions that I give? Like, if I cry about something, you have to cry too.
If I'm happy about
something, you'll be happy too. And me and Ornella are to that point. And that's why I always say I'm your only friend. Or maybe that's the only person that you like.
But no, I feel, you know what? I'm inviting people watching this video to actually like engage with us about this because I would like more friends.
Yeah.
Like for real, I would love to have like a group of women. You ever see those like cute bridal party pictures?
Yes, they like buy their friends.
How do you buy friends?
I don't know, but they figured out a way because I can't find all those friends.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. If you're watching this and you want to be our friend, like, we will totally accept you. Interview pending. We have to interview you, of course. But, like, because I want to have a girlfriend kind of, like, circle and do cute, like, you know, house things and decorate.
Girl parties, yeah.
And
I think those things are really cute. But then I also wonder, I'm like, there has to be really superficial, like, friendship group. But then again, like, I don't know. Because when we had, like, a group of friends like that in college, like, a lot of it was, like, kind of superficial, you know? So I wonder if, like, a lot of it is superficial. And then also it's, like, after a certain point, after a certain age, like, you just come to just acknowledge, like, okay, you know, like, I can have other friends and everything, but, like, this 1, 2, like, 3 people are, like, those are, like, my ride or die, you know? And I've just come to a point where it's, like, I acknowledge, like, who my ride or die are. And I know who my ride or die are. And, you know, like, they are in that group, and then, you know, associates and whatever else are, like, in that other group, you know? But I think it's definitely, like, important, especially as a female, and also to protect yourself, because I'm very emotional. Like, I just protect myself in that way where I'm just like, these are the people that, like, I know, like, you're not going anywhere, you know? And I think that's important, and you come to acknowledge that once you get, like, in a certain part or phase of your life.
Or maybe we're missing out.
No. I like it just me and you, and, like, the baby's crawling on the floor.
I feel like, what if we are missing out? Because, like, imagine.
We had a friendship group
but
in college.
we had a bullshit friendship group. But,
yeah.
like, imagine.
Well, actually, some of those people were my friends at the time. Yeah, I was really close with some of them.
And now, how many do we speak to, right? That's beyond the point, though. But imagine the people who have, like, a ride or die group of, like, 5 strong women in their circle that they, like, hang out with, do things with, trust and all that, right? I feel like there's so much support that's associated with that.
Yeah.
Like, so much, like, you know, if you wanted to come together and say you're starting a business, you have people who will support you. Or you say, like, oh, I'm having a hard time, and you have people who, like, you can reach out to and, like, bounce ideas off.
I'm gonna take this from you, okay? You can...
support. So, yeah, there's a lot of support around, like, having a group, a strong core of, like, 5 independent women that, like, you can work with and talk to and, like, bounce ideas off of. So what if we are missing out just being, like, each other's one and only?
I think maybe it's, like, a personality thing, too, you know? Because like I said, since I'm so, like, emotional in my friendships, I can't give myself away in the way that I, like, want to in a friendship to, like, a whole group of girls. You know, I can really only do that. Like, me and you have really deep conversations.
Yeah.
You know, like really, really, really deep, really close things. But, yeah, like I just, like, that just wouldn't really be for me, you know? It would be, like, I might be cool with, like, 1 or 2, like, really close cool, and then the others, it might be, like, a bit more, like, superficial, just like my other group of friends.
It's not, I feel like it's superficial because, like, people fall out.
Yeah.
And you kind of, like, diverge. Mm-hmm. And not to say that they're, you know, they're probably doing whatever they're doing and living their lives and growing in their own way, shape, or form. And that's different from your form of growth. Yeah. And I can even say that, like, for me, right? Yeah. I went on a career path. So everything I'm focused on is, like, my career. And you went on a family path. Yeah. And some other people will be like, yeah, I can't do this. Like, we just fell out completely.
Yeah, because some people still on their party path, you know?
I'm trying to go back on my party path.
So let's say that you do have, like, a close friend, like, one-on-one, and then someone else wants to infiltrate the friendship group. Like, how do dynamics like that work? In this case, it doesn't work. But, like, you know, in other cases, like, how do you think that is for, like, another woman to come in? And I think it's, like, adults, not just, like, 17, 18 in college partying and doing all this crazy stuff. But, like, as, like, established adults with, like, you know, families, careers, futures, you know, and then other partners, too, that are, like, important in, like, our relationships. And then even, like, you know, when we hang out, it's like our partners have to hang out. You know, if you had kids, like, if we hang out, then our kids would be hanging out, you know? So, like, also thinking about that, like, how would another woman also bringing, like, her baggage to, like, a friendship group, like, how would that work? Do you think it would work? You know?
Not with your ass.
No, I know, not with me, but...
Normal people, if we're talking from normal people's point of view, I feel like it just takes time because we're just growing and learning, right? It was college that brought you and I together, which was one form of life experience. And then after college, it's like, how do people become friends?
Yeah.
You go through things. You might meet someone in like a Pilates class, and you're like, oh, I like this girl, I'm gonna be your friend, or co-workers.
Not the Pilates class I was in.
Or like co-workers. I have to think about like being buddy with co-workers, but like
that's
after
weird.
I leave the job, then I'm absolutely okay with being your friend because it's like you don't have to see me in work mode anymore. Those can be your friends as well. Or even, where else do you meet people? Doing whatever, like life things. So and I feel like even now social media has made it like so much easier to make friends because you can find people who are like-minded as you.
I have
like,
social media girlfriends.
I have so many social media.
Yeah, it's like I don't know
friends.
you, but I like you.
Yeah,
you know,
like that. And it's like I'm sure people have that for me. I'm like their social media like finance buddy, and it's like that's a cool way of friends. Even my social media friends, I would love to like be friends with them in real life.
Yeah.
And like go to brunch and do those kinds of things. I feel like we should normalize sliding in DMs.
You know, I did that before. There was this girl at some event that we went to. This was years ago, and I just thought her makeup was so cute. And I was like, you know, I love your makeup. And we followed her on Instagram. She knows who she is, and I just think she's so beautiful. And I'm just like, I like you, and I like her vibes. And she posts these cute videos of her boyfriend, and I'm like, I like you.
Yeah.
You know, so I totally get that. But still, there's a difference between like, wow, I like you, and like maybe we could like go to brunch one day and like, you know, we're gonna have this intimate relationship where like I tell you every time my husband pisses me off and all the gory details of that.
But
you
the
know?
other person has to also want to do that. So like if you want to share that, then the other person
has to be open.
Has to be open to
and also open to like sharing too.
Yeah,
because you don't want it to be just like one-sided, because like that's just like weird and fake. Maybe that's why the girl thought you were fake.
Which is, I still don't get that. Like, but so like if someone wants to try to infiltrate us right now, and you say infiltrate like we're going to war. It's not.
It is war.
If someone wants to come and try to be our friend, right? We are open to it in the sense that like there are certain things that. Oh, you okay? Sis? Same way that it comes to dating, there are some like bare minimum friendship things that we need to get off, right? Like. To be our friend and like hang out with us and do those kinds of things. Like we would hope that you too are about your business and you're still trying to like elevate, you're trying to get to that next level, and you're just not like around to be doing bullshit. But like that's one thing we don't do. Like we don't hang around and just lay out all day and like party and smoke weed and like do that kind of stuff. And if that's what you do, that's cool. We support it. But just not for us.
You gotta do that with your other friends. There have really been times when me and Ornella are like laughing so hard that it hurts, crying so hard that it's annoying, singing Beyonce so hard that the people next door can hear us, and that is tumultuous at its finest. Yeah.
Which is a segue actually, since you like saying that. We're trying to figure out a name for what to call this thing that we're doing.
Yeah, we'll just be talking.
So it could be tea talks, because we always have tea. One of the options was French toast talks. I really like French. We both really like
We're getting French toast after this.
So that's one. Unstable balance. That's another one. Blackalytics, because we're both black and we'll be talking about stats in the black community. But if you guys have any creative names you want to share with us, definitely send our way, because we need to figure out what to call this. Right now we're calling it Orion, which is not very creative at all. It's just our names. So if you have ideas, definitely send them to us. All right.
Okay. And cut.